This is the new Fayette County Prison, and we're very excited to present you with this short video of a virtual tour. My name is Warden Lenkey. I'm the warden of this facility, and today I'll be walking you through a few areas of our prison, and I welcome everybody to follow me along. Behind me, with the mirrored glass here, this is our central control center. There's not one functionality of this prison that is not run through central control. Everything runs through here. All the movement, all the doors that open and close, everything is run through this area. This is what we call the brains of the facility. This is our intake area, so any new commits that come to our jail, it all begins here. Through these doors is our sally port. It's just a garage. State troopers, your local police, constables, whoever it may be, bringing new commits to us. They'll pull in. From there, the inmates will enter through these doors in which they'll be processed. If you look around, you have holding cells. There's 5, 4, and 3. Those are all holding cells. You will also have 3 other holding cells here behind this glass. That is our body scanner in the back corner. That is similar to an X-ray machine. So if anyone has ingested any contraband in some shape or form, some drugs are placed in balloons and swallowed. If anything was within a body cavity of a new commit, you would run them through this body scanner. Anything like that, any foreign objects within the body cavity would be detected through X-ray. This room here is our padded Kevlar room. If a new commit is being violent or extremely intoxicated or under the influence or been very combative with arresting officers, this room here, they will enter from the sally port directly into this room. The entire room is padded with a Kevlar type material to prevent harm. If they try to induce self-harm within here, it gives us a longer response time to come to their aid. If they were trying to beat their head off the wall, any type of self-induced harm, it gives us a few extra seconds to get in here to prevent them from harming themselves any further. It also protects the officers within the jail if they are very combative. This front desk, as inmates come in, they sit here, or they will sit here where they'll be in processed by a correction officer. As they come in, they're asked if they have any scars, marks, or tattoos. Similar things like that, medical conditions, any type of medication they may be on, anything like that will be in this exam room over here when they're seen by medical, so we could get a short medical background of them if they're on any medication, so we can continue that medication to ensure their health, safety, and welfare. So as they're placed in this computer, they're asked a bunch of questions. Any charges that they have, they're put in the computer, and it's basically, everything begins here. This is where they're placed. Once they come in here, then they're in our custody. So they're already been arraigned by a magistrate, then they get placed in here in our custody. So we don't hold anybody in here who hasn't already been arraigned. So once they come in here, that's done at the magistrate's office and booking center. Once they come in here, and they're already arraigned, so they will be placed into our computer and they're in our custody now. From this area, once they're placed into our computers and they're in our custody, they will remain in one of these cells here, and they will wait to be picked up by an officer and escorted to a housing unit, which we'll go to now. So this is one of our housing units, one of 5. So we have 5 of these units within the entire facility. Each unit holds 66, has the potential to hold 66 inmates, And with that being said, the entirety between all the housing units, our medical units, and a few other places, we can hold a total of 336. So we have 3 of these pods are general population for males. One of the pods will be for females, and the other pod will be our RHU, which is short for Restricted Housing Unit, which is our disciplinary custody. If you violate a policy, that's our disciplinary area. This is what every cell looks like on every housing unit. Every pod is identical. Every cell is identical, except for 2 on each unit, which are handicap cells, which if you come over here, each 14 cell and 1 cell on every unit are a handicap cell, which you can see there have been some modifications made. This is their outside rec yard. It is not temperature controlled. However, there's enough light that comes in, it's fresh air. This, by state standards, is considered outdoor rec. We will not have outdoor yards like you see on TV. This is considered outdoor rec. Right now, there's nothing in here, but there will be activities in here once we open up fully. There'll be cornhole boards, ping pong tables. They'll be able to play handball. A bunch of different activities will be placed out here. A small little area to exercise. So, yeah, we do have a lot of plans for these yards. Located up here, there are 2 televisions, as you can see. Inmates will be permitted to come out a total of around 6 to 8 hours a day for recreation in the yard. They can come out and sit at the tables, watch TV, play cards. There's only 4 allowed to a table. There's no one allowed standing next to them, only 4 to a table. Everyone that comes out has to pick a seat, find a seat, and remain seated. Or if they choose to go out to the rec yard, they could do that as well. Over here, you'll see we have showers. There are a total of 5 regular showers and 1 handicap shower, equaling obviously 6 showers. So the one with the towel over it is the handicap shower. As you'll notice, it's open but not completely, everything isn't visible. This is to prevent any type of acts that would violate a policy. Yeah. This board up here, once we remove the plastic from this television up here is a central broadcast system that we had installed. So this broadcast system will notify all of the inmates as well as staff within the facility if there's any policy changes, any change of rules for the day, menu, what's on the menu for lunch, dinner, any type of change or any type of thing that's going on. Maybe there's some type of new movie coming on that we purchased for them. Whatever it may be, this lets them know what's going on. That cuts down a lot of questions that inmates may or may not have. It keeps everybody informed, including our staff members. Every officer that works on these pods, so if there's 66 inmates on here, or 26 inmates, or 6 inmates, that's irrelevant. We have 1 officer works each pod. Each officer is armed with a set of handcuffs, a radio, a set of keys, and a small can of OC, which is a type of mace, gas. There's no weapons allowed within the facility, along with no cell phones. If you could imagine why we don't allow any weapons in here, if it's 1 versus 66, there's a good chance they're just going to remove the weapon from you and may have an opportunity to use it against you. Here you have the cameras that view every angle of the pod. So if I'm back here, I can watch all the cameras. I even have cameras out in the rec yard. I also have this, does nothing but mimic the unit. And this is how I would open doors from here. It's all touch screen. If I want to open a cell, I just hit the cell that I'd like to open, and it opens. Every door opens automatically. However, every door needs to be closed manually. So we can open them from here, but we can't close them from here. That's up to the officers that do rounds, and it's also up to each individual inmate to make sure when they exit their cell, their door's locked. This room here is a medical exam room. So when if you look in there, I don't know if you filmed it, but there's a medical exam table in there. Also, meds will be distributed from this room. So inmates that get medication, The nurse will come onto the pod. She'll give the officer a list of who has medication, and will systematically have the inmates come down to take their meds. So if there's 10 people that would be taking meds, we will open maybe 2 or 3 cells, let out 3 or 4. They'll come get their meds. When they go in and they shut their doors, we'll let out another 3 or 4. It's a very controlled environment in here. Here you have a room which will be, as you can see, this is our e-video room. So this is for magistrate hearings. If they have court hearings, anything like that, they don't have to leave the unit for that. They can Zoom, Skype from here. That prevents a lot of transports. So anytime you have an inmate leave your facility on a transport, it's obviously, there's a risk. So if you're gonna go risk assessment, I would say it's, without a doubt, it's safer to keep them here through Zoom. That's one of the things we have to say come good out of COVID. It opened the world up to Zoom and Skype and a lot of other things. So it's made our environment a lot safer for our officers and for the general public, actually. So once the inmates come to this unit, as I said, everything is brought here. But the main focus of my administration, myself, along with my administration, is going to be programming. We are going to be through Sheriff Custer and through the Fayette County Commissioners and everybody. We've all got together and we decided to adopt an IGNITE program. This IGNITE program is a curriculum which my Deputy Warden Angie Kern will be heading up. This curriculum has multiple programs. When I say different programs and opportunities, we're going to provide cooking classes here, janitorial classes here. We're going to provide how to write checks, how to manage bank accounts, how to grocery shop, how to bargain. Things that we all take for granted every day, that some of the unfortunate people that come in here, I don't want to say they're unfortunate, but it's unfortunate that they don't know how to do any of these things. It's not their fault. Maybe it is. It's irrelevant. We're going to try to help as many people as we can through all of these programs. And there's a few reasons for this. One, we want them to be better when they leave than when they came. If they're only here for 30 days, a lot of places, they won't even put them in a program because they're not here long enough. If I have someone here 15 days, if I can get him into a program for 5 days, it's better than nothing. At least, even if he takes one step forward, at least he isn't here anymore. He got in a program, at least now he's here. Even if it is 5 days and he gets out. We're going to try to make a difference with not just one, not just a few, but the many. The ones that don't want to get in our programs, that's fine too. All we can do is encourage it. Those programs will be held, once again, we will stay on the units themselves. So here's our multi-purpose room. So each of these rooms, so if we have any outside visitors who want to come in to run a program, this will be set up in a classroom style. Right now it's not, but it'll be set up in a small classroom. We'll keep the groups to a minimum of probably 10 would be it per each group. The person heading up the group would be in the front, obviously. Back here you have all your connections. This right here is a panic button in case there was an emergency of some sort or you felt uncomfortable. There's a panic button here. It rings an alarm. It goes to central control. The officer, it goes everywhere. It's very loud. And we know exactly where it's at, and staff would come to render assistance. Each new commit that we receive, they will receive a tablet. So it's a small tablet. It's like an iPad, a small computer. And on these tablets, which everyone that comes in here gets one. So on there, they can view their mail. So there's no mail that comes in here. That cuts down on a lot of contraband within the facility. So when I say that, just to explain it to you, a lot of people will place drugs in letters. They'll paste it on papers. They'll glue it to the back of stamps, whatever they can to get contraband into our facility. This is all digital. So everything comes on their tablet now. It goes to a third party, which they transfer all the mail from letter to this, and it sends it back to us. So it's very nice, it's very convenient, and it's going to cut down a lot of our contraband issues. On these tablets also, they can write request slips to staff. They can file any grievances if they have a grievance based upon whatever complaint they may have. That can be placed on there. They can watch TV on there. They can listen to the radio on there. They have the opportunity to text message. That's how they visit. They can visit through there as long as they're visiting. Anytime they're visiting, if you'll see here, this is a video visit. Your tablet has to be placed on here to have a visual video. We have 2 here, and we have 4 towards the back of the range as well, to where we can have up to 6 people visiting at one time. Now, you can be in your cell with it, and you could hear, you just can't visually see anyone for obvious security reasons unless it's on here, okay? So everything in this facility will be based upon a meritocracy system. So what I mean by that is we will give you nothing except what you're required to have by law when you first come in here. Everything you get privileges-wise and will be earned. So if you make your bed every single day, you stand for count, you follow policy, you get involved in programs, every 30 days you'll be reevaluated. We start at level 2s and go to level 5s. So level 2 and 3s are basically your most non-violent offenders who are doing everything right, and your level 4s and 5s are the more violent offenders who aren't doing everything so right. So as every 30 days, so if you start as a level 5, which is the most violent, the most risk, I should say not the most violent, but you have the most potential to be violent based upon your charges, based upon your misconducts, past history at the facility, things of that nature. That's a classification process that everybody goes through upon entering. So every 30 days, if you come in and you start off as a level 5, you get reclassified. So if you've been misconduct free for 30 days, you haven't caused a problem, you get involved in groups, you have a job in here, which there are going to be plenty of jobs, then you may get classed down to a level 4, which gives you more privileges on your tablet, which may even move you to another housing unit completely, like this, another pod, that has more privileges than this pod. So everything you get in here is earned. As far as creating jobs in here for inmates, there will be plenty of job opportunities. However, in most facilities that I've worked and that I know of, these facilities, you want a job, you get placed on a list. They'll put you on a list, and when it's your turn to get a job because you're on a list, they give you a job. We're not going to do that here. Well, as I said, here, if you want a job, you're going to have to put in a request to get a job, which means once you do that, you're going to have to put in a type of resume. If you don't know how to write a resume, all you have to do is request it. We're going to show you how to do one. We're going to teach you how to do a job resume. Then after that, you're going to go and you're going to job interview for the position you want against several other people. You don't know how to do a job interview? A lot of people don't know how to do a good job interview. We're going to teach you how to be the best, do your best at a job interview as well, just to help prepare them for when they get out of here. So also, when you do this, it creates a situation where you weren't just handed something. You had to earn it. You had to write that resume. You had to experience the interview. You had to learn all that. So when you get it, you appreciate it more. So these jobs, you just aren't given to you, but you earn it. So everything in here is earned. I think it's a good way. Look, we grow proportionately in life to the responsibility that we take on. So you want to take on as much responsibility as you possibly can so you can grow as an individual. And that's what we're going to teach them in here. Also, the other thing I'd like to bring up is Fayette County Commissioners, along with many other organizations locally that are doing great things for our county. They are building a new SPCA right below this facility. So this new SPCA, we are going to partner with them, and a lot of animals that are going to be euthanized because they weren't adopted, they are going to be sent to us. So we're going to have a dog program up here for inmates. So inmates will be in certain, once again, that'll be earned whether you can do that or not based upon behavior. You will be given a dog. You will be responsible to take care of that animal. And who doesn't like, you know, sunshine and puppy breath, you know what I mean? So we're definitely going to save some dogs' lives, hopefully, and it seems to brighten the mood. It really does. Who doesn't like having a pet? This is our facility kitchen, which, as you can see, it's massive. This is where we'll be preparing the meals for up to 336 residents. Along with that, you will have up to 10, sometimes 12 inmates working in this kitchen with a kitchen supervisor. Also, while they're in here cooking, there will be cooking classes. So as they're in here working, they're getting paid to work here, but they're also receiving an education, because everybody that comes in here and works here is in a cooking program. In which case, through our Ignite program, at the end of it, when they finish it, whether it's 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, that's to be determined how long this course will be. We're still setting that up as we speak. At the end of that, they'll receive a certificate, a diploma that shows that they have completed a course within the facility, so it helps them get hired somewhere when they do get out of here. We will be holding graduations as well for everybody who receives certificates, whether it's in cooking. We're going to have virtual welding classes, virtual carpentry classes, a lot of barbering classes. There'll be a lot of different classes available for them to take, along with GED, which is obviously the staple of everything we're going to be doing here. And during these graduations, when they receive their certificates, they'll be allowed to invite one family member to come watch them, receive their diplomas, receive their certificates, and they'll be able to give them a hug, speak to them a little bit. And we feel that it's going to be a very strong and positive measure that we're taking for the county. We'll be the first facility in Pennsylvania to be a part of the Ignite program, and we're very excited to be a part of this. So this is our staff dining area, break room. Every staff member here is provided a 30-minute break during an 8-hour shift, in which case they'll be able to come in here, take a little break. They have a refrigerator to store their lunches, which they'll bring in. Their meals won't be provided in here, except certain days we're going to have special lunches for them, maybe once or twice a month. But every day they'll be bringing their own lunches in, provided 2 refrigerators to place them in. Here, there's vending machines. This is like a sandwich salad type deal, self-pay. It's going to be great. A lot of facilities have this. They love it. This here's our staff entrance, where staff will be coming in to work every day. This right here is our muster training room. To our left, we have some things we're moving around in here right now, but there's a mock training cell in here for training purposes, learning how to search cells, how to search for contraband, how to deal with certain situations, how to deal with violent situations, non-violent situations. This is where we do all of our training. Along with each day, officers will come in here and we'll do a roll call. This is where they'll receive their work assignments for the day. Okay, this is our boardroom. This is where we'll be holding prison board meetings every quarter of the year. We have one meeting in our facility every quarter. This is also where we hold staff meetings amongst our staff. So with that being said, this is the end of the tour. I hope you got a little insight as to what we do inside of this facility, and we're looking to use this facility as a bridge to create a better environment, a better community for everyone. It'll be providing jobs and security for the public for generations to come. Once again, thanks for coming along. Have a good day.